When it comes to paying off your debt, personal finance advisor Dave Ramsey says, "If you can live like no one else, later you can live like no one else." This video is for people trying to pay off their debts but don't know where to start. In this video, you will learn how to pay off debt and which debt to pay off first with Baby Step 2 from Dave Ramsey. After watching this video, you will be able to start your debt-free journey by paying off debt conveniently. For the best debt payoff strategies, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post a video twice weekly. Our mission at Smart Money is to help 100 people become consumer debt-free in 2021. Comment below and let me know where your consumer debt stands now. Everyone goes through financial highs and lows in life. Some of us are plagued by worries like a decrease in income, educational expenses, medical expenses, poor budgeting, and paying off debt. Everyone wants to live a debt-free life with stable finances. In personal finance, we make several decisions about earning, savings, and investing. Unfortunately, human beings may often make mistakes. Our decisions aren't always right. But people who learn from their mistakes always pave the way for future success like Dave Ramsey did. As a quick reminder, I'd like to see you help the channel along its debt-free journey by clicking the like button and helping us reach our goal of 50 likes. Also, if you're enjoying our content, consider subscribing so I can help you with your personal finance and debt payoff strategies every week. Subscribing is free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you choose. Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps. Dave Ramsey is a financial guru and public speaker who uses his story of business turmoil followed by tremendous wealth to teach others about personal finance. In his early 20s, he owned real estate worth well over $1 million, but lost it all and went bankrupt. Ramsey then turned his bankrupt company into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. He took what he learned from his experiences with heavy debt and started teaching people what he learned. Dave Ramsey proposed 7 baby steps to help people become debt-free and build wealth. Number 1, save a $1,000 emergency fund. Number 2, pay off all debt except mortgage debt. Number 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in your emergency fund. Step 4, invest 15% of your household income in retirement accounts. Step 5, invest for your children's college education. Step 6, pay off your mortgage. And Step 7, build wealth and give to charity. The worldwide illness has impacted nations' economies to a large extent. People all over the world lost their jobs due to lockdowns and are suffering from financial losses. In this situation, it's difficult for people to pay off debt without jobs. Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps can give people tips to pay off debt that can help them reestablish a firm financial footing. Baby step number 2, pay off all your debts, except the mortgage. Building a $1,000 emergency fund gives you a buffer between yourself and the unexpected. Once you've accomplished this in Baby Step 1, Ramsey suggests paying off all your debt in Baby Step 2. A quick Wikipedia search tells us that debt is an obligation that requires one party, the debtor, to pay money or other agreed upon value to another party, the creditor. Debt is a deferred payment or series of payments which differentiates it from an immediate purchase. Debt is used by many individuals and corporations as a method of making large purchases that they cannot afford under normal circumstances. Banks give debt in the form of loans to people for a specific time at an interest rate that should be repaid. Debt repayment is a form of investment where you are guaranteed a return in interest that you are no longer paying the debt holder. People usually have to repay different types of debt such as credit card debt, student loan debt, personal loans, and auto loans. In fact, Fool.com contributor Dan Albright posits that the average revolving credit card debt in 2019 was $6,271. The Debt Snowball Method. Dave Ramsey proposed the Debt Snowball Method to pay off debts and to start your debt-free journey. In the Debt Snowball Method, you pay off your smallest debts first with the lower interest rate and move on to the next smallest debt, and then the next smallest, and so on. This method works by building a snowball-like momentum as you gradually pay off debts. During the debt snowball process, you continue making the required minimum payments on all of your loans, putting any extra money each month toward your targeted debt. This method is simple and easy to follow as it gives you quick wins. Many people have successfully paid their debts using this popular method by Dave Ramsey. Use the following steps to pay off debt using the Debt Snowball Method. List your debts from smallest to the largest. First, the debt snowball method involves listing all of your debts, except your mortgage, from smallest to largest with minimal payoffs. As you make your list, ignore the interest rates, monthly payment amounts, and other loan features and focus only on the debt. Pay the minimum amount on all debts and any extra money on the smallest balance. Pay the minimum required on all of your loans and credit cards, otherwise you may have to pay fees and penalties. Now put extra money available from the budget each month towards the smallest debt. Once that debt is gone, take its payment and apply it to the next smallest debt while continuing to make minimum payments on the rest. Move forward to the next smallest debt and repeat the process. After paying off your smallest balance, cross it off the list and move on to the next smallest balance. As you finish paying off each debt, your total payment toward the next one will grow larger and larger. The debt snowball method is great because it provides a person with motivation in the form of small wins. However, with this method, we end up paying more money in interest or loan amounts such as the forgiveness programs on student loans. So, as an alternative to the debt snowball, another popular method to repay debt is the debt avalanche. The debt avalanche. The debt avalanche method involves making minimum payments on all debt and then using any remaining money to pay off the debt with the highest balance. When that debt is paid off, you apply that payment to the loan with the next highest interest rate. By this method, you can save the most money in interest payments in the long run by paying off higher interest debt first. Which debt to pay off first in 2021? The year 2020 was very rough for us as the illness has negatively impacted lives worldwide. Many Americans have become unemployed and may have been subjected to take loans to meet the expenses. But now things are starting to get back to normal. Although the damage is yet to be totally accounted for, people are thinking of ways to pay their debts to avoid fees and penalties. It's hard to decide which debt to pay off first between credit card debt, student loan debt, personal loans, and auto loans. Lower to higher debt payment, the debt snowball strategy. After a nationwide lockdown in America and massive unemployment, many Americans are very low on cash. I'm of the opinion that, in the context of baby step 2, paying off debt using the debt snowball method can be a good choice for people with an average income. Unfortunately, with meager financial means, many people cannot afford to pay off the largest balance first, as prescribed by the debt avalanche. This can quickly lead to discouragement when people put forth their best efforts and make no tangible progress. Although paying debt with a higher interest rate can save you more money in the long run, this may not be feasible at this time when many Americans are battling with reduced income or unemployment. The debt snowball is an excellent debt payoff strategy that will help you stay motivated with small wins. Tips to pay off debt quickly. If you want to start your debt-free journey and live a stress-free life, follow the below steps to pay off your debt early. Stop using credit cards. Ramsey notes that the thing to do when you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. This analogy illustrates that the first step to reaching your debt-free target is to stop adding additional debt. Debt can only stop growing when you stop adding new debt. Take all of your credit cards and tuck them into a place where you cannot see them until you're completely debt-free. Erase your credit card information from all online stores and stick to paying your expenses with debit cards until you build proper discipline. Figure out your baseline budget and pay your monthly expenses within that budget. Cut out the unnecessary expenses. Cutting out all the unnecessary expenses such as dining out, shopping, and drinking expensive coffee will save you extra money. You can use this extra money and add it to your debt snowball. If you're one of the few Americans who still have cable, and I don't know why you would, you can suspend your cable service and watch your favorite shows online on services like Netflix and Hulu, or at a fraction of the cost of cable. Stop investing. One of Dave Ramsey's tips to pay off debt fast is to stop investments anywhere until you're debt-free. Once you're debt-free and have saved 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund, then you can resume your normal contributions. Get a part-time job. Having a part-time job or a side hustle will earn you some extra cash and you'll have more money to pay off your debt. I have several unique ideas about part-time jobs and side hustles you can start to earn extra income. Paying off debt and living a debt-free life is not easy. However, with dedication, motivation, and debt payoff strategies, you can reach your goal. Dave Ramsey's debt snowball method is best to follow for Americans in this time of crisis to be completely debt-free. Are you looking to go from deep in debt to debt-free and investing but don't know how? Get my free ebook and start your debt-free journey today. I'll tell you the 3 weird steps you need to take to begin your debt-free journey, link in the description. Check out these videos on your screen on how to improve your finances. If you like this video, hit the like button. It helps out a lot. Be sure to subscribe and share the video with your friends. Check the links in the description for offer information. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.